right. Good morning and welcome to your yoga practice. This is Evie. Toby likes dogs much more than cats, but I don't think we'll be seeing him today. Let's go ahead and find a comfortable seat. Arriving, starting a fresh week. Maybe thinking if there are any goals or intentions, anything you'd like to bring with you into this practice. And as you start to arrive, maybe you rock a little side to side, maybe you draw some circles on your thighs with your hands. Today will be a grounding practice, beginning of the week, a nice time to make sure that we feel steady in ourselves. And as it's comfortable, you might close your eyes or soften your gaze. Find stillness in your body. Notice the parts of you connected to the ground. So maybe it's the base of your spine, base of your pelvic bowl, your thighs, your ankles, the edges of your feet. As you notice these parts, imagine rooting down. And as you root down, you lift up through the crown of your head. Breathe deeply. Let's bring our hands together in front of our chest. If you'd like to chant one long Om, inhale. Bring your hands to your side body. Do it in a way that is easy on your wrists. And observe your breath here for another few cycles. You might notice that the breath seems to be on the front body. Let's see if we can bring it out to the side body so we feel our ribs expand laterally out to the sides. As you breathe, you might pause at the top of the inhale, maybe pull in even more breath, like you're sipping it in through a straw. And exhaling at your pace, slowly. You can keep your hands on your side body or release them to your legs. See if you can keep that lateral expansion happening for another breath or two. And you can keep breathing naturally, or we'll move into the 4-7-8 breath. Exhale, releasing all of the breath from your body. And inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold full 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. One more round. Inhale 4. Hold 7. Exhale 8. And return to a natural breath. A nice tool to have in your toolbox. For most of us, that breathing practice will help us transition into parasympathetic, a more calm state. Okay, let's make our way onto our backs. If you have a strap or a belt that you like to use for leg stretches, go ahead and bring that with you. It is optional. Make your way onto your back, and when you get there, hug your knees in towards your chest. Bring the knees together and draw circles like your knees are tracing circles on the ceiling. And then switch the direction of your circles. Plant both feet, cross your right ankle over your left, and gently draw the legs in towards your chest. So go easy on this. It's early Monday morning. We're just working into the hips a bit. You can bring some movement in if that feels good, holding to the sides or the back of your left thigh. Some people like to hold over the shin, but make sure that you're not straining your shoulders and chest. We want to let this be passive-ish. And let's switch. So now we're crossing the left ankle over the right thigh, hugging the legs gently in towards the chest, keeping your back softening onto the mat as best you can. Breathing deeply. Hug both legs into your chest. Extend the legs up to the sky. We're not going to do the leg lifts like we did last week, but interlace your hands behind your head. Inhale, see if you can lift your hips just a little. Hover, exhale, lower down. Inhale, let's exhale, lift the hips a little off of the earth and lower down. So just take little bitty lifts. They might not even be visible to the naked eye. Just trying to hop the hips off of the mat a little bit. Some deep core stabilizing work. If you'd like, you can lift your shoulders and chest off of the mat. Just another couple pulses here. And then lower your head, hug both knees into your chest. Good morning, abdominal muscles. Release your left foot or leg to the ground and extend your right leg long. You can point or flex the ankle, maybe fluctuate between the two. Doing that little pumping motion is good for circulation, as is legs up overhead. Keep extending the right leg long. See if you can drop the right hip away from your shoulders. So long torso also. Keep breathing in that full, more three-dimensional way. So as you breathe, you can always feel the breath expanding your body on the front, the sides, and even the back. If you're using a strap, go ahead and have it looped over the foot and bring it into your right hand, or just support your leg with the right hand. Open your left arm out wide and guide your right leg off to the right side. It's really your choice how passive or active you want to be here. I would say whatever you're doing, maybe explore going the opposite direction. So if you've got the right leg maybe resting on a block, or if it's just kind of hanging out, maybe you bring a little bit more energy into it. Imagining both legs in mountain pose or plank pose usually helps me. Or if you're super active, maybe you let go a little and just see how it feels. You can guide the right toes up overhead for the next breath. And then bring the right leg back through neutral. Switch the strap into your left hand, or just catch the leg with your left hand. Open your right arm out wide. Guide the right leg over a couple of inches. Keep the right hip on the earth to begin with. Long right leg. Drop the right hip down so it's not hiking up, shortening your torso. And stay like this, or turn it into a twist, letting the right hip lift off of the earth. Just a breath or two here. And return to neutral. Hug your right knee in, left leg is long. Now bring the right knee towards your right elbow, or I'm sorry, right shoulder. What are body parts? See if you can hold the right foot with the left hand. So we're switching into kind of like when we cradle the baby, but doing it reclined. And then switch the right foot into the right hand or hold on to the right leg anywhere you can get it, like a half happy baby or a moderately happy baby, as I like to call it. And then set your right foot down, maybe extend the right leg long as we transition to the other side. Hug your left knee in towards your chest and then extend the left leg long. You might point and flex the ankle, breathing deeply. Our legs might have a long week of sitting or working ahead of them. See if you can extend your left leg a little longer, maybe lower your left hip away from your chest, long torso. Holding the left leg in your left hand or with the strap in your left hand, open your right arm out wide and guide the left leg out wide to the left. Again, option to play with how active or passive you are. Wedging a block under the leg or thigh can feel really supportive. Imagine the muscles hugging the bones, supporting the joints in that way. As you settle in, maybe you explore guiding your left toes more towards up overhead, like a rainbow arcing up and over. Breathe and guide your leg back to neutral. Switch arms, switch hands. Left arm opens out wide. The left leg crosses the midline by a few inches, but keep the left hip on the earth and breathe. Stretching the muscles associated with the IT band. And when you're ready, let the left hip pop off of the mat, taking a revolved spinal twist for a few breaths. Inhale fully. Exhale, unwind. Bend your right knee, cross the left ankle over your right thigh. Hug the legs in any amount. Let it be as gentle as you'd like. Another breath like this. And then put the right foot back on the earth. Catch the left leg, send the right leg long. Here we're back in that reclined, rocking the baby pose. And after a breath or two, transition into the half happy baby. Really anchor your right hip to the earth. And hug both knees back into your chest. Options here. So we're making our way all the way into a forward fold. You can roll onto one side, prop yourself up, go through a tabletop to get to forward fold at the top of your mat, or you can hug your knees into your chest, lift your head off of the mat, chin towards chest, and start rocking back and forth. Catch a little momentum and let your feet touch down. Fold right into Uttanasana, forward fold. However you get there, breathe deeply as you do. Nice. Shake out your head and neck. Nod your head and neck. Again, shake. No, no, no. And then nod yes. See if you can relax your shoulders. On an inhale, press into your feet to rise up. Keep a long spine. Reach out and up. Exhale your hands to your heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands. Step yourself right back into plank pose. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Little bend in your knees, exhale, downward facing dog. If you don't feel ready for it yet, that's fine. Find child's pose. 3 to 5 breaths wherever you're at. Put a gentle bend in your knees if it's not there already. Inhale deeply. And as you exhale, walk your hands back towards your feet. Forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Long spine reaching to the sky. And exhale, hands to your heart. Take really small little bounces so you lift your heels off of the earth and then drop them back down. You can keep your hands in front of your heart or on your hips or by your side, whatever lets you feel steady here. Maybe hands over your heart. And this is a really small bounce, just enough to give you a vibration up the body. Feel it up the spine, keeping your shoulders over your hips, or maybe lean back in space slightly. Go as quickly or slowly as feels good to you. Just another couple of times. This is a really nice way to ground physically and emotionally. And it's one that we can usually pull off pretty quickly, even if we're in public and somewhere we don't want to get too woo-woo, perhaps. Maybe the world needs more woo-woo, I don't know. All right, soften your knees and bounce a little. Now find mountain pose. So release your hands down by your sides, energy shooting through the fingertips. Stand into your feet. Maybe you rock forwards and backwards a bit. Find that perfect center. Imagine you're squeezing a block between your thighs. Your thighs spiral internally a little bit there. And then imagine you're pulling the yoga mat in half down the middle. Lengthen your low back so the tailbone seems to anchor down. And as you inhale, feel the lift on the front of your body. Lift through the crown of your head. Exhale, anchor. On your next inhale, reach your arms out and up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Hands touch down, walk your hands forward, return to downward facing dog. Just a breath here. On an inhale, send your right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Push the ground away, look forward. Exhale, draw your right knee towards your nose. Hover for a moment, push the ground away, let your spine round. Breathe again, and on your exhale, step that right foot forward, whatever it takes to get there. Pause and high runner's lunge for a moment, maybe bringing blocks under your hands. And then lower your left knee, untucking the toes for a little more stability. You can stay like this, drawing your heart forward, feeling the nice length on the front of your left hip flexor, or bring your right hand to your right thigh and open the right leg out wide so you come onto the edge of your right foot. You can keep your shoulders squared to the front or start to take a twist looking over your right shoulder. Keep pushing the ground away with the left shoulder so it's not starting to crunch up by the ear. Rather, we're long, active, energetic. Maybe you reach your right hand back in space. Maybe you bend your left knee and find the left foot with the right hand. If you're using a block and your shoulder keeps winding up by your ear, you might not need the block here. So coming to fingertips can help. One more breath wherever you've gone, remembering it's your practice, it's your body, you do as you choose. And as you're ready, we'll return to neutral, unwinding, planting both hands, lower the left toes. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step back to plank. Knees lifted or lowered, we'll breathe. On your next exhale, let's all lower our knees. Bend the elbows, go as slowly as you can tolerate. I'm talking slower than you've ever lowered before. Feel your arms hugging your ribs as you lower slowly, slowly, slowly. Untuck your toes, forehead to the mat. Inhale, stretch your torso, lifting your heart any amount. Press the tops of your feet into the earth. Lengthen your spine. Light on your hands if you want to stay in baby cobra, or plant your hands under your shoulders. Hug your body with your upper arms and lift your torso for a breath in full Bhujangasana cobra, really drawing the heart forward and up. Exhale, lower down, tuck your toes, make your way to downward facing dog. Just a breath or two here. And on an inhale, send your left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Push the earth away, look forward. On an exhale, come forward into plank, rounding the spine though. Knee towards nose, hover, push the ground away. Big breath in. As you exhale, step that left foot forward. Situate yourself so your hips are neutral, your spine is long, maybe blocks under hands. And as you're ready, lower your right knee down, untuck the right toes for extra stability. You can stay here, lengthening your spine, creating space in your hip flexors. Or maybe you bring your left hand to your left thigh. Maybe you come onto the pinky side edge of that left foot. Planting the right hand in a way that supports the shoulder, not coming up to your ear. You can start to revolve your torso, twisting towards the left, looking over your left shoulder. Maybe reach your left hand back in space. Maybe bend your right knee and maybe your left hand finds it. Breathe wherever you go. If you don't like letting the left knee come out wide, you can always hug it in. Notice how that brings different sensation. As we stay for another breath, you might take inventory of how your mind is this morning. If it's busy and distracted, or if you're falling right into your yoga practice with focus. Breathe deeply as you unwind, returning to face forward. Keep your right toes tucked. Blocks can come under your hands if you'd like. Inhale. Exhale, giant step forward into Uttanasana, forward fold. Sway the hips a little side to side. Release the low back, shake the head out. Inhale, rise all the way up, reaching. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Hands touch down, step your left foot back, set up for warrior two. On an inhale, we'll rise up. We'll just be here for a couple of breaths. Reach your fingertips away from each other. Your shoulders are right over your hips. You can see your right big toe in front of your knee. Another inhale like this. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Step yourself into plank. You can always lower your knees or keep them lifted. Inhale. Exhale, we'll all lower our knees. Lower the torso, chest and chin like an inchworm. Inhale, inch your heart forward, find cobra or baby cobra. Exhale, release and find downward facing dog. A breath here. Inhale your left heel to the sky, three-legged dog, look forward. Exhale, step or swing the left foot up, set up for warrior two. Inhale, rise up, Virabhadrasana two. This time from the ground up, we'll pay attention. We feel the pinky side edge of the right foot connected to the earth. We see our left big toe in front of our knee. We look down, we see our hips are under our shoulders. Our shoulders are drawing together and down, fingertips reaching away from each other. Another breath. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Inhale, look forward, and exhale, step all the way up to forward fold, whatever it takes to get there. Inhale, rise all the way up, reaching. And exhale, hands to your heart, transitioning into Vrikshasana tree pose. So if you need a little stability, maybe move to a wall or grab a chair. We know where we're going in our head, so notice if your mind and body are already trying to pull into it. Let's move with intention. So find a focal point, a drishti, something to gaze at. Slowly start to carry the weight into your left leg and let your right foot hover off of the earth. Now you can go ahead and go into tree any way you like. Today I'll cue that we have the option of lifting the right thigh towards parallel to the earth. Keep the right foot and ankle active. Open that right leg out wide to the right like a gate, and then bend the knee more to place the foot wherever it lands on the leg. Anywhere except for right on the knee is good. And maybe your right toes are down on the mat. That is good too. That actually gives us a little more leverage to lengthen our low back and press the hips forward, so this is more of a hip opener. Wherever you're at, press the lifted foot into the standing leg and press the standing leg back. If your hands are still together in front of your heart, you can press the palms and fingertips together. Maybe you float your arms up overhead. Maybe you lift your gaze. Breathe deeply wherever you're going with your tree pose. Remember, trees move in the breeze. As you're ready, let's go ahead and release tree, slowly relaxing the right foot to the earth. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way back up. Exhale, hands to your heart and carry the weight into your right leg. Left foot hovers off of the mat. Any amount is fine. Go into Vrikshasana any way that you like. Again, we have the option of lifting the left thigh towards parallel to the earth. Incredible for balance and coordination, just practicing that much. Open the left leg out wide when you're ready. Maybe find the standing leg. Whenever you get where you're going, see if you can lengthen your spine, especially the low back, and imagine lifting your hips up out of your ribs up out of your hips. You might notice how you're different one side to the other. Breathe deeply. Notice if you're focused where you are, or if the mind is jumpy. Breathe deeply, and as you're ready, on an exhale, we'll release Vrikshasana tree pose. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, hinge forward, and then sink your hips all the way to the earth. Roll onto your back and settle in for our brief Shavasana. Maybe bring the soles of your feet together and take this in Supta Baddha Konasana. Or maybe you send your legs out long. Stay with your breath another moment. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. Carl Jung. Deepen your breath and invite a little wiggle into your fingers and toes. If you have the time to linger in Shavasana, please savor as much as you can. But if you're ready to close out your practice, let's return to an easy seated posture. As you arrive, sit tall, roll your shoulders back and down, hands together in front of your heart. If you'd like to close with one long Om, inhale deeply for Om.